All right, welcome back to another bodyweight circuit. So one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to do our lateral 1-2 step with the change of direction. So we're going to start at one side of your yoga mat. We're going to take 1-2 steps, not allowing the feet to cross, then back, changing direction. We really want to try to move those arms and really keep those arms swinging at the shoulders. You can do it with your elbows bent or arms straight. I'm going to try to alternate and change that. From there, we're going to do a slow motion burpee where we're going to reach those arms up high. We're going to hinge at the hips. We're going to walk your hands out to push up in plank position. We're going to hold here and then walk it back. Trying to alternate which arms you lead with. Roll back up, reach up. Now, if you want, if that's too challenging, that's really great for your shoulders. If that's too challenging, we can do the first 30 seconds just hinging, and then the next 30 seconds holding this push-up plank. Or if that's too tough on your wrist, you can even go down to a traditional plank where you're on your forearms and elbows. So again, we're doing that slow motion burpee. From there, we're going elbows wide, high knee. Trying to keep that chest high. Try not to let that chest and head fall forward. From there, we're going to move down to the floor. We're going to do arms up, elbows wide. We're going to do fast elbow extension, and here you're trying to keep your elbows pointing up as you do this. All right, we're going to do that quickly. We're going to take a break. We'll jump back into that. From there, we're going to do the rotational crunch where we have the hands, one on the floor, the opposite hand comes across the opposite thigh, and then we crunch, sliding up towards the knee and ankle. Then we'll do the other side, and then from there, we're doing a side bridge where we're resting on your forearm. You want to make sure that your elbow and forearm are closer to your pelvis and hips rather than up above your shoulder. Line up the hips and knees. We're going up. We're going to hold and then back down. And if you want, you can keep the top leg down and just pressing those hips away from the floor. Then we'll do the other side. All right, make sure you have a cup of water, and we'll get going here. We're going to do 3 rounds. All right, so we're going to start with our lateral 1-2 step. Here we go. Stepping across. There you go. Try not to cross those feet. They step next to each other. Those arms are moving. You can do arms straight, elbows bent. Nice job. And take a break. We got a little 10-second break, and we're going to jump in and do a second round of 30, and then we'll move into our second exercise for round 1. All right, here we go. Back into our lateral steps. Change in direction. If you get tired, you can just go side to side. Otherwise, continue to move. You're building up momentum, and then your body's having to stop and change direction. We're also trying to be in this lean over position. We don't want to be doing this upright. We want to be leaning over. Crouch down, kind of this athletic position, more on the balls of the feet. And relax. All right, now we're going to do our slow motion burpee or hinging at the hips, your choice. So again, you can just hinge at the hips for the first 30 and then move into a plank, or join the rest of us doing the slow motion burpee where you have your arms up, hinge, walk out, get to that push-up position, walk it back. This is really good for building up your shoulder strength, building up your core. Walk it out. Excellent. Where do you feel tightness when going through these movements? Go ahead and take a break. If you're doing the hinging, go ahead and move down to a plank hold, either the push-up plank or forearm plank. All right, here we go. Really work that core. If you're holding the plank, you can go down to the forearms as well. You don't have to stay on your hands and wrists. One more. All right, here's your rest. Go ahead and pause. Excellent job. All right, and now we're doing our high knee, elbows wide. I want to try to keep those elbows out wide. They like to float forward. Really work the upper body by keeping those elbows wide. As you do these high knee, I can already tell my upper back and shoulders are a little weaker. It's harder for me to hold that position today. As I keep my chest open, head up. Want an additional challenge, try to breathe through your nose. And relax, shake it out. Go ahead and roll the shoulders a little bit. Here we go, elbows wide. Back into that high knee. There you go. Keeping that nice and wide. This is much of an upper body exercise, making your core and thoracic muscles, the things that help hold your upper back and neck in place. They're all trying to stay upright, chin is down, try not to extend that head and chin. Then take that knee up one at a time, marching in place. And relax. All right, we're going to move down to the floor. We're going to do our fast elbow motion. So here we're taking fingertips wide. You want to keep the same distance between your elbows. Here we go, fast motion. Trying to get those elbows to extension. Here I got my palms facing each other, like I'm holding a box between both hands. And we're going to feel it fatiguing. We're getting towards the end. And relax. Okay, this time I'm going to do with palms facing down, thumbs out, same thing. Can you get those elbows extended all the way? I can already tell it's getting a little bit harder for me to keep those elbows extended. And relax. All right, we're going to do our rotational crunch. So here's where we have the same side arm on the floor. Bring the opposite hand to the opposite thigh, across the body. And then we're going to crunch up, lifting your head and shoulders, letting those hands roll, slide down the floor, up the thigh. Pause at the top. Squeezing your abdominals, and rolling your spine. And we're tightening up through the abdominal area. Go ahead and take a break. We're going to switch sides. Now you're going to bring that hand along your body, opposite arm across to the opposite thigh. Keeping that head and chin down, we're going to lift as you roll up, crunching back down. Can you return all the way back down to the floor? And relax. All right, we're moving to our side bridge. So if you want, you keep the top leg on the floor. You want to make sure that forearm and hand are closer to your hips. Otherwise, you want more of a challenge. Lift the top leg. Get a little bit of a pause, and then back down. Now you're thinking about pushing up. You're thinking about pushing forward. Lifting that body away from the floor. And relax. Switch to the other side. Final exercise of round 1. Final 30 seconds. Here we go. Lift and hold. Get a good pause. One side easier to do. Pushing that hand into the floor. All right, we're going to go ahead and stand to your feet. Take a small break in between round 1 and 2. Grab some water. Nice job. All right, so we're going to, about another 20 seconds here, and we'll jump into our second round. Again, what area of your body are you aware of? I'm aware of my thighs a lot more. I really felt my glutes a lot through there. I'm more aware of my rib cage, my obliques. Everything was just a little bit tighter today. All right, so here we go. We're going to jump into our second round. Excellent job. Just do the best you can. Listen to your body. Don't push it. Really become aware of the things that your body's communicating to you. And if you're very familiar with these exercises and you've done them before and you feel like pushing it because you know them, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you know, if it's your first time, take it easy. Here we go. So we're doing our lateral steps. We're going 1, 2. Again, trying to move those arms. Nice job. Those feet are not crossing. Again, really trying to swing those arms, even if you have to over-exaggerate it, and relax. All right, here we go. Once again, right back into it. Nice job. And relax. All right, now we have our slow motion burpee. Otherwise, you're doing the hinging at the hips for 30 and then going into a plank or a push-up hold. Here we go. Reaching those hands high. Reach up. Walk it out. Get to that push-up or plank. Hold. Walk it back. Rolling up. Reach for the ceiling. Otherwise, you're just hinging. And feel free to reach even if you're doing the hinging. There you go. How does your body feel as you move into these positions, as you put pressure into your wrists and hands, into your shoulders? As you do the hinging, where do you feel the tension through your hamstrings and low back, hips? All right, we're going to walk down to that plank hold. Otherwise, stay in the slow motion burpee. Walk it out. Hold. Maybe time for one more. Excellent job. Nice. Take a brief break. We'll jump into our third exercise of this second round. And what are you learning about your body or about these exercises that you need to start applying? Okay, we're going to do elbows out wide, hands behind your head. We're doing the high knee of either areas that are more sensitive that you need to give more care to. What are areas that you feel fear or unsafe around? How can we start helping you feel stronger with those? Well, first part is identifying what they are. Keep those elbows wide, head, chest up. And relax, shake it out. 5 seconds and we'll jump back into it and then we'll move to the floor. Here we go, elbows wide, knees high. Keep that head and chest up. 20 seconds. Those elbows wide. Keep bringing those knees up. And relax. Shake it out. We're going to move to the floor. Take your time moving to the floor. We're going to do our fast elbow motion. So last time, the first one I did palms facing. This time I'm going to do palms down this time. Try to keep those elbows wide. Get those elbows all the way back to extension with those fingertips pointing up. It starts to get challenging to do the more fatigued you get. Can you get your arms into this position, which is external rotation, which is kind of challenging. Now we're going to go take a rest. This time I'm going to do my 30 seconds with my hands facing each other. Here we go. Again, can you keep your arms here? Are they kind of crossed here? Can you get them all the way out? This external shoulder rotation. One arm get fatigued faster than the other. Can you keep those fingers pointing up and then relax? All right, we're going to move to our rotational crunch where we take the same side hand along the side, opposite hand across to the thigh. We're doing our crunch, chin tucked, rolling your head and shoulders up off the floor. Here we go. And relax, switch to the other side. Bring that opposite hand across to the other thigh. Same side hand along the floor. Shin tucked down. Slide that hand up the thigh as the other one slides across the floor towards your heel. And relax. All right, we're going to move to side lying. We're going to do our side bridge. Okay, we're going to line up that elbow form and hips and knees. We want to make sure that elbow and forearm are closer to the hips. We're lifting everything up, pushing forward as away from the floor. If you want, you can keep that top leg on the floor. Otherwise, you want more of a challenge. Let that leg lift as you press away from the floor. And relax. We're going to switch sides. Final 30 seconds of the second round. Nice job. Final seconds, about 8 left. And relax. All right, take a break, grab some water. We'll jump into our third and final round for today. All right. Jump into our third and final round here. Again, paying attention. How does your body feel? Where do you feel things? I feel a lot through my hips and lower body and through my obliques. All right, here we go. Lateral steps. If it gets too much, you can just go side to side. Nice job. And relax, take a small break. All right, we're going to jump right back into it. Here we go, same thing, lateral steps, really moving those arms. Excellent job today. Celebrate the small victories. You're able to move, your body's okay with it. You're able to show up to today's workout. You followed through with your plan to commit to 30 minutes of movement. Nice job. 8 seconds. All right, we're going to start at the end of the mat. We're going to do our hinge or our slow motion burpee. So here we go. Paying attention to where your body's at. What arm are you leading with? Which arm are you leading when you push back? Hinge, hands down to the floor. Walk out to that push-up position. Roll up. Back down. Get to that push-up position. Rolling up. Hinge at the hips. When you hinge, push that butt really far back. Hinging at the hips, trying to keep your legs straight. So you can feel that tension throughout your low back and hips. Take a small, Take a small break. We got our 10-second break here. So if you want, move down to your plank push-up position. In other words, we're right back into it. And right back into that slow motion burpee where we roll down, we're up, back down. Ten seconds. Maybe time for one more. We'll go ahead and stop right there. All right. We're going to do our high knee, elbows wide. You go with our hands back there. It's just kind of resting position is here. Really work to keep them abducted, pull them back. And almost like trying to get the elbows to squeeze back towards each other as we do this high knee. Nice job. Excellent work. 7 seconds. Keep those arms wide. If you want, you can even float those hands off the back of the head and relax. Shake it out. Turn your head a little bit if you want. Roll your shoulders. Mine are really tight through here. All right, here we go. Second 30, last 30 for today of these high knees, elbows wide. Excellent job. And then we're going to move down to the floor for our final 3 exercises. 15 seconds. Keep those elbows wide, knees high. Keep that chest and upper body upright. And relax, shake it out. All right, go ahead and move to the floor. We have our fast elbow motion. So this first one I'm going to do palms facing. Here we go. Have an imaginary box or ball between those hands. Can you get those elbows fully extended? Keeping the arms upright. Try not to let them waver that upper arm from the elbow to the shoulder. And relax. Now, same thing, I'm going to do palms facing more up or down, thumbs out. Still trying to keep the same distance between my upper arms and the elbows. This is more challenging to hold the external rotation with the palms in this position. Feel it a lot more into that shoulder. Just even trying to concentrate on that position starts to get challenging, let alone maintaining that motion. And relax. All right, same side of arm along the floor, going towards the same side heel. Opposite hand comes across to the thigh. We'll do our crunch, rolling up the thigh, down the floor. Rolling all the way back down. Alright, we'll switch to the other side. Switch which hand is going along the floor, which hand is coming across to the opposite thigh. Check that chin down. Crunching up. And maybe one more. Good, now we're going to move to side lying. We're going to do our final exercise of the day. Nice job. All right. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for doing what you can. All right, here we go. We have our side bridge. We're lifting up, lifting that leg, pushing that floor away. If you want, you can keep that top leg on the floor. You want an additional challenge, you want to make it a little more challenging, lift it up when you lift up off the floor. 5 seconds. Try to get 2 or 3 more in. And relax. Okay, we'll switch to the other side. Final 30 seconds of work today. Here we go. Again, you want to make it easier, keep the top leg on the floor, make it more challenging. Lift that up. You can press your hand into the floor. 10 seconds. All right, nice job. Those really got challenging for me at the end. So now I'm aware of what some of the things I can work on, and hopefully today, throughout the workout, you became aware of some of the exercises out of the 6 that might have been more challenging or maybe even possible for you, maybe ones that even created pain, and those become the exercises or positions that we need to give more attention to that when you become aware of that, we can have conversations on them and give you a more specific plan that fits your body's needs. All right, and also do adaptable exercises during our group workouts that are going to allow you to have more success. Thanks again for joining me, Nicholas Lynn with Neuromuscular Fitness Training and our Bodyweight Circuit.